What's up, everybody? I am back with the Magic and Andrew MMA betting show. We've got episode 99, Gaziev versus Rozenstruik. Magic is running a little bit late. He will be on any second. I'm going to kick us off here. Hopefully, he joins us within the next 5 to 10 minutes. We'll still get his thoughts on every fight. I'll just kick us off, like I said. We're going to be going in Tapology order, starting with the first fight and going towards the last. In general, this is like probably the worst card of the year. Yeah, I mean, you got favorites that are minus 900, minus 1200, minus 500, minus 600, minus 400. You know the deal. But we do have a couple spots we like, and I'll start us off with Loic Radzhabov versus Abdul Al Sawaldi. You got Loic, who's coming in off of a loss versus Rebecca, which is a tough fight. You know, he got leg kicked there early. It bothered him, kind of just got blown up from there. But he's a solid win against Esteban Ribovics. In that fight, he attempted 21 takedowns and got 11 of them. So I like that he was relentlessly chasing takedowns there. I think that's probably the wise move to do here. But Loic is going to be dangerous on the feet as well early. So Aldi, he seems like an okay striker, but his grappling's pretty untested. His level of competition's untested. And he doesn't really separate too much on the feet either. I guess it's possible the weak gas is late, but normally that happens after he pushes some kind of big pace. So I'm picking Loic here. I like him to get it done. Next up, we've got Ludovic Klein taking on short notice replacement AJ Cunningham. Cunningham coming in here, like I said, on short notice. He fought on the Contender Series last year, lost to Stephen Wynn. Got back in the win column since then, taking on Klein, who, like I said, is a big favorite. I think Klein has a pretty big power edge here. Again, I'm not looking to lay minus 900 on him. I'm gonna say it a bunch of times, but on this card, there's a lot of inflated favorites. I think that you could make a case for a lot of these big underdogs. And the reason being, you know, favorites have went 19-4 recently on the last two cards. People are just going to keep betting these favorites up until it doesn't work. And that might be this card. It might not, but I do think a lot of these lines are off. Obviously, this fight's dog or pass. I mean, I'm not getting involved with it just because I do think Klein just has such big finishing upside, especially early. I thought he outperformed my expectations against Baja Mondays. Yep. So I think he gets it done here. I covered what Magic will be here any minute. He gave me the go ahead to start without him, but we're still going to get his thoughts on every fight. Anything I miss talking about with him, I'll just toss the floor back to him when he gets here. So next up, we've got. Let me just see. I got this order right. Like I said, we're going in Tapology order. Christian Leroy Duncan versus Claudio Ribeiro. And again, I'm going to repeat myself a million times on this podcast, but I think this is probably an inflated line. I don't see Duncan really covering minus 400 here. You know, typically when I want to lay a big price on someone, I'm looking for someone with like a massive grappling edge and a massive cardio edge. I just don't think Duncan has those. Like in his last fight, he fought the guy who Magic and I always like to crack jokes about, Dennis Julian. And I mean, he won handedly, but they like both were sucking wind at points in that fight. Ribeiro on the flip side, he fought Roman Kopylov in his last one, almost had him out of there in the end of the first round. Tried to clinch up, ended up being a bad move. It cost him. He got knocked out. I think Ribeiro's okay. You know, he's strong. He has good leg kicks. Duncan, I think, is a little bit more of an athlete than Ribeiro. But I think this one's dog or pass too. And I'm going to end up saying this for a lot of these fights. It's not necessarily that I think that Ribeiro's going to win, but I just think at the implied odds, it's probably short. Magic will be here hopefully in the next couple minutes. Andrew, do you tend to bet on props? I feel like you usually only bet money lines. I do bet props. I bet everything. I just only tip money lines for a few reasons, but just due to liquidity, first and foremost, and also it's very hard to like tip and track props for me at least. Since I've scaled up, and when I say scaled up, I mean betting bigger units, it's kind of tough for me to get down on a prop and then release it to people and then just kind of have the line tank from there. So I just kind of keep the props to myself. But what I do is in my Discord, before the cards, I always tell people what props I was on going into it, just in case, like, the line might still be available or want to tail. But I never really felt like right about, tipping props when it's hard for me to get my full position down. But yeah, it's just a personal preference. But speaking of props, we got Magic here now. I'll bring him in and we're going to kick it to him. We'll just start with the first fight. Hey, buddy, I can't hear you.
What do you mean you can't hear me?
Can't hear you still.
You should be able to hear me. Not now? Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a close fight for picks purposes. I'll say him. For my track picks last year, I only profited 1 unit, which some people kind of like poke fun at. But this is my 7th year doing it, and to be in the green all 7 of those years, I'm proud of that. So,
bro, can you hear me?
Magic, can we hear you? Oh, apparently they can hear you, and I can't.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Try now.
This is Spaghetti's dead.
My volume was off. That'll do it.
So what's up, Spaghetti? How was dinner?
Just had a nice meal. I trust that you did the same.
Yeah, I did. I really didn't want to do this, like, honestly. But I'm going to do it. You know why? It's not about the push. So it's so Benoit Saint-Denis murdering Dustin Poirier can be the 100th episode.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I talked about the first few fights, so I'll just bring it back down for you. First fight, Loic Gaziev versus Abdul Al-Sawadi. I picked the underdog here. Do you like Loic, or are you leaning Sawadi as well?
This seems like a gigantic market overcorrection. I mean, it has to be. This guy has a bad chin, and he only fought and beat literal cans, and he was like plus 220 or whatever against Hardwick, who is an Englishman. I mean, let's be honest, someone from England. How can he be minus 300 in an MMA fight? He won fair and square, and now he's a clear-cut favorite over Loic, who has faced like legit opposition for years because Rebecca kicked his leg out, I guess. I don't know. I think this is clearly dog or pass.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much said all the same stuff. AJ Cunningham, big underdog versus Klein. I don't have anything here. I think Klein's power edge probably too much, but I also did say that I'm going to be repeating myself a lot on this card where I think these lines are overinflated. And you could make a case for a lot of these underdogs. Do you think Cunningham is a live dog, or do you think, a big price on Klein's probably right?
Regarding the previous fight, like, I'm not saying anything, but that Compton guy is like 13-13 in MMA and literally had this guy who I forgot the name. Al-Sawadi, he had him on fucking skates. And it's yeah, the guy that brought my Uber Eats last week in California had him on fucking skates. Some Compton guy. Just for the record. Yeah, this fight is fucking unbettable. Like, how are you going to pay minus 325 on Klein to finish or whatever it is? Like, he's not even that active. Is he going to lead Cunningham up? Yeah. Poor kid is kind of like a disabled fighting man. I mean, he looks dumb next to Bryce Mitchell, and that's like an accomplishment. Like, he's dumb, like bottom of the barrel dumb. He takes a good beating though, like against Nguyen. He got murdered, but what if he takes a beating here and still can push a pace and is alive after 10 minutes? This could turn very funny because Klein is kind of a gasser in my opinion and not that great of a grappler. But yeah, Klein should destroy him. I mean, this is going to be target practice early. I have nothing. Like, I was looking at Klein rounds 2-3. It comes down to something like plus 200 average, and like, you don't want to bet that he may straight up kill him in round 1. He's so hittable, or a high kick, or yeah, it's a complete pass. I'm rooting for the idiot. Like, hope he can like push a pace and like maybe make the opening for a live bet, a legendary live bet, like while he's dying at like 800 but not really dying, plus 800 or something. and then he dogs him. Yeah, that would be funny, but yeah, complete pass here.
Cool. And then this is the last one I talked about, which I'm kind of sad you missed it. But Christian Leroy Duncan minus 400 against Claudio Ribeiro. I mean, it's got to be a little wide.
Yeah, same, literally same. I told you I was looking to play Duncan rounds 2-3, but it comes down to a pretty average price, and Ribeiro is so bad and so hittable. He may just get sniped in one. He's so wild. Yeah, this is a pass for me. Not
Okay.
sure really how to approach this. Like I see some people taking the dog, but man, Ribeiro fucking sucks, and Duncan is like, I think he's a legit striker. He has holes to his game, but this is a good fight for him.
Speaking of it being a good fight for him, Javi Basharat minus 900 against Eamon Zahabi. Basharat's kind of been a decision machine lately. The fight's being priced like it's a foregone conclusion. Do you think it's a foregone conclusion, and do you think that this is potentially the first fight in the UFC that Basharat will finish?
I mean, I'm not playing Basharat minus 900. You shouldn't either. I think Basharat is better everywhere. Better pace, better striker, better grappler. The pace probably gets to Zahabi late. Zahabi is going to run a marathon and try to land something. You know what I mean? The guy just moves a lot. People are like, oh, Aljaman Zahabi has an insane striking defense rate. He only gets hit with... No shit, Sherlock. He's literally running a marathon out there. He's running every fucking time. This guy was running from fucking Vince Morales, bro. Like, what are you doing? It's time to retire if you are running from Vince Morales. He's somehow on a 4-fight win streak. Congratulations, but I'm not sure how does he win this fight outside of a random meme punch. I think Basharat gets to him mid to late. Basharat is legit. Like the Basharat brothers, I feel like we have said the same things for like years now, but the Basharat brothers are legit. They have a process, they push a pace, they are good grapplers. They are both good fighters.
Yeah, I agree with what you said. I mean, I'm not looking to lay minus 900 here. I was kind of tempted on the late Basharat props too. It's just he doesn't really like prioritize the finish at all.
It's just
And
that he punches like a woman.
and also to your point, I do think Zahabi is going to be running a marathon here, so I could potentially burn some clock. I'm probably just going to stay away. But yeah, I think they're both pretty good. I think eventually, they'll both hit a wall, but against fighters like this, they should be fine.
Yeah, he should be like fine.
Vinicius Oliveira versus Bernardo Sopaj. What are your thoughts here?
I think Sopai is going to win the fight. I'm not thrilled about playing his money line. Maybe like Oliveira is he's a huge fraud. I don't care what anyone says. Maybe he wins another spectacular knockout. I took Madrigal in contenders. We'll do it again. This guy is the classic Brazilian front runner, fraud, gets hit by everyone. Just extremely athletic and powerful, and good jiu-jitsu when he's fresh. Gas is bad, slows down, gets sloppy, hittable, not a very good chin. I've been thinking about playing Sopai by submission like 15-1 for, I swear, for an hour. I was today. Literally, like talking myself out of it. I didn't do it, but Sopai is a decent grappler. He pushes the back when he gets people down. I can see this happening, or maybe the Deathman rear naked choke. They probably bang it out. I think Sopai is going to win.
Yeah, I need to do some more tape on this one, but I didn't really love what I saw from either of these guys. I do think it's a fight that could potentially go either way. I think, yeah, I mean, if you put a gun to my head, I guess I'll pick Sopaj or however the hell you say it, but I'm not interested in this fight at all. One fight I am interested in, the GOAT, Jamie Pickett, bringing a 13-10 record into a fight with Eric Anders, who is 15-8. Does it get much better than this?
Is that true, Herb? We don't play with these things, Herb, because we may have a situation here. Is this legit? I will play it. I swear to God, if he said that, I will play it.
Okay.
Yeah, Jamie Pickett is the worst to ever do it. I mean, he's not, but he's close to that in the UFC. Like what? Like how does Pickett win this fight? Anders is huge, is durable, bangs, can bonk people. Like how does this look different from Daukaus? And Daukaus is a much better fighter. I think he eventually just finishes Jamie Pickett. Maybe he finishes Jamie Pickett by accident. Pickett is a quitter. Maybe he has a round in him here. Yeah, Anders. I mean, I'm not going to parlay Anders or anything, but yeah, Anders knockout.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I mean, I'm not looking to lay minus whatever on Anders, but he should get it done here. I'm not really sold on him finishing though. Like he does cage press a lot, and yeah, I just don't know how much he'll prioritize it or if he'll look to fight some more, just kind of win by control. But he should really be fine here. Pickett, I'm surprised he's even getting another fight. What's his record in the UFC now? He's lost 4 in a row. It's not like he's been losing to the top barrel guys. His last fight was against Josh Frems, but yeah, I mean, I think Anders should be good here. I wish there was more to say about these fights. Like I'm trying to think of stuff to talk about, and it just doesn't really. There's just not much to say.
Yeah, there's a lot of favorites that are like fucking used. That doesn't really make that much sense. I don't know. Money laundering. Like it's not a bad card for money laundering. Like would I play Basharat minus 900? Not really, but what is like the real line for Basharat? Do you think he loses more than 1 in 10?
No, but I do think there are fights on this card where the lines are inflated.
There are better fights to money launder.
Yeah, better fights than money launder. Next up, we've got Matt Schnell versus Steve Erceg. Erceg is now bet up to a minus 500 favorite. It opened minus 220. It's minus 500 now. And I wanted to put like Schnell, but I just think that Erceg has such a durability edge and such a power edge. I feel like he's going to finish this fight at a high clip. Yeah, I mean, Erceg had a really impressive performance coming into the UFC against Dvorak, and then he had a closer fight in his last one against Costa, who I think is pretty good. And Schnell is coming off losing to Nikolai in a fight where he literally got hurt like every time he got punched and he got put down. I can't imagine his durability is going to be better at this point in his career. So, yeah, I think Erceg finishes, but I'm not looking to lay minus 500. You got anything here?
Yeah, Erceg is going to finish him. I mean, Schnell durability is tragic at this point. Like he just gets knocked out. Erceg is huge, pushes a pace, has a bit of power. His boxing is decent and has a huge durability edge. I mean, this is not rocket science. It's fucking Schnell. I'm sure my boy Gugab is going to play Schnell. I'm surprised he hasn't started a Twitter campaign for Schnell already. Yeah, don't do it. Don't believe his lies. Then people will be like, oh, Schnell was looking fantastic for those 3 minutes. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Like the previous 7 times. He cannot take a punch. He should be doing something else with his life. I don't know, maybe roll jiu-jitsu and open a business or something. He's not a bad fighter. He just cannot take punches.
Yeah, I just looked through his record. He's been in the UFC since 2016, and he's never lost by decision. Like he's gotten finished
I mean,
in every single one of his losses.
he has one of the worst chins in the UFC. He's the Amir Khan of the UFC. I know you don't really follow boxing, but Amir Khan was tragic.
That is, yeah.
That was tragic. That was a legit elite boxer in every aspect outside of his chin at some point. Yeah, have you seen the weigh-ins for Octagon? No, because you are a casual. I have. And Mohamed Makkaev is a death man.
Oh my god.
Amir Khan looks like a fucking tank, bro. You need to watch that. Like he's fighting another featherweight, but for some reason they are fighting at lightweight. I think because it's a tournament or something. The weight doesn't matter. He's going to choke out everyone. We are back.
This is absolutely true.
That's fake.
Yeah.
I don't know why people tell that all the time. Also, like I bet 85% of my bets are props, maybe 80%.
This is the classic tweet. It goes,
there are people that think that
I have nothing on the decision.
No, if I like bet a prop, people think that if I score the fight for the guy that I have the prop, even if that doesn't hit, that it's a good look or something like these retards that bet $10. Bro, it's not like that. I just score what I see. Like the Altamirano fight was crazy this weekend. Why are people still telling that was a robbery, bro?
That was not a robbery. I think
I had Felipe inside the distance. So like after 2 rounds, I had it tied, and he was plus 231. I'm like, okay, I'm live betting it. The guy is cashing. He's going to win round 3. If I don't believe he's winning, I don't bet it because I'm putting myself in a position where I need a finish for a worse price again. I just score what I see. How are
Yeah.
people telling me that Royval 49-46 is like a biased scorecard? He clearly won that fight.
I didn't watch. I went to bed after the Ortega fight.
Bro, Royval clearly won the fight. Like,
Yeah.
clearly. And people were like, yeah, close fight, could go either way. What are you talking about? Like, Moreno was getting worked.
Did he look bad? I heard that he looked
Looked
like,
horrible. Like,
yeah. I'm
he had the
surprised. Are you
fear of God in
surprised at
his
that?
eyes, bro. And Royval was just voluming him up.
I'm surprised at that. I always kind of rated Moreno pretty highly. I think it's probably just too many wars at this point.
I think it was a mix of the elevation and the pace. And Royval hurt his leg with a kick. And I think he hurt him to the body at some point. Like, Royval just walked him. Like, literally.
Well,
He
that's
just
good.
outworked him. Yeah, but he threw what, 400 punches? Like, it was crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah, I was looking at the stats for it. Anyway, Umar Nurmagomedov taking on Bekzat Almakan. I mean, I looked at this guy kind of expecting him to be a layup fight, and it's not. Like this guy is actually
I
pretty
told
good.
you.
Like
Like,
you
I
did tell me.
told you.
You're like, bro, the guy who Umar's fighting is actually pretty good. And I looked into it. He's got power. He's good defensive grappling. He could offensively grapple. Like he's pretty well rounded. And I think Umar's going to win. But I also think that this guy could stick around in the division for a while. Did you end up taking the underdog shot, or are you kind of in the same
Yes,
boat? Yeah.
like do you want to be telling to your kids that you didn't take Bekat Aksaman, whatever his name is, plus 800 to defeat a smelly Umar? Come on, man. If it happens, the price is ridiculous. I don't know why Umar is being like priced like he's the greatest of all time. He's a good fighter. My grandma will choke out Brian Kelleher at this point. Barcelos is old as fuck, and he knocked him out by accident after a pretty competitive round. Like that's one of the craziest knockouts I have ever seen. Like the guy had no intention of knocking him out with that punch. Okay, nobody knows what happened there. And the Nate Maynes fight, like he extended him 3 rounds at bantamweight. Crutch is sniffing for his life because if Nate Maynes gets up, it's over for Umar. I mean, this guy's pretty good. If he loses impressively, like Umar gets him down, gets his back and chokes him out or something, we are going to get a pretty good price next on this guy. And this guy is like fucking legit. He's good everywhere.
Yeah.
He punches like a demon. Like he has real power. Like he has some gross knockouts. Like these knockouts where people get, what's the word? It's not disfigured, but like dismembered. You know what I mean? Like they lose complete control of the body. Like it's gross.
Yeah.
He has some of those knockouts.
Yeah, he hits hard for the division.
So yeah, I think you have to play him. This is like twist and ankle territory price.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree.
That angle distance looks pretty good too, but it got hit pretty hard. Like I think somebody released that before I bet. It was like minus 140 something, and it went to over minus 200 at a lot of places. So yeah, but yeah, I think you have to bet the underdog. Like this is a legit good fighter.
Yeah,
Umar is not Habib, and he's not like the Messiah coming from the Caucasus. Like he's just a grappler. Okay, he's a good fighter. He has proved nothing.
Next up, we've got the return of Alex Perez taking on Muhammad Makkaev. Makkaev's a big favorite. Everyone's kind of on the same page that this kid's a good prospect, but Perez is coming off of losing to Pantoja, which is like not anything to hang your head on, considering Pantoja's the champ, and that fight was lined pretty competitively. This one's for sure a dog or pass for me. Like Perez is a good fighter, and I know that he's had issues making it to the cage. I know he's kind of fallen apart in bigger fights, but he's also like, I mean, other than he got finished in really quickly by Pantoja and Davison Figueiredo, who are two of the best flyweights of all time. Easy win over Formiga, like comfortable wins over Espinoza and De La Rosa. I don't know, man. Like, I think that it's dog or pass here. I know that Makkaev is good. I like him. I'm sure he's getting better as well. But, I mean, he was 1-1 with Tim Elliott going into the third round. His other wins are like Charles Johnson, Malcolm Gordon. I don't know. What do you think here?
Makkaev fucking stinks. Yes, like true. Like this guy almost got choked out by Malcolm Gordon, and people want me to believe he's like this another messiah, like the
There's no
Dagestani from
shame
the
in that.
United Kingdom. What?
There's no shame in that. Malcolm Gordon's a real good fighter.
Malcolm Gordon is the worst to ever do it. Like literally. The Team Elliott fight, to this day, I believe it was rigged. I had Makkaev by finishing that fight, and I believe to this day that fight was rigged. I'm not joking. Like he extended him to round 3 and then finished him at that time because he wanted for some reason. That was ridiculous. Like the moment he decided to pass his guard, he was in mount instantly. Call me crazy or whatever. Yeah, Makkaev is a very good wrestler, grappler, whatever you want to call it. Alex Perez should be minus 200.
Wow.
Like
The
what is
flag has
Makkaev
been
like?
planted, folks.
This stage on the feet, Makkaev is getting lit up, like lit up. The Perez low kick is going to land at will. He's the better boxer. He's bigger. Like, is Makkaev even a better wrestler?
I don't know. We haven't seen much of
I mean,
Perez.
maybe Alex Perez is done, but people are like, oh, Alex Perez just gets finished all the time. When? Like how? He got caught in a power guillotine by Davison Figueredo, like one of the greatest flyweights of all time, and the most prolific meme finisher in MMA history, Davison Figueredo. Okay, and then Alexandre Pantoja took his back. They were a pick. That fight was a pick 'em against
I know. I
Pantoja.
thought Perez was going to win.
That was a pick 'em. A lot of people were on Perez. He got his back taken, which is Pantoja's like primary win condition, and he got
Yeah.
choked out by, in my opinion, the best submission finisher in UFC history. In my opinion, like the best rear naked choke in UFC history. And now he's like, oh, I don't get it. Yeah, there is a chance that Makkaev is very good at getting people in transition, in front chokes and things like that. Maybe he gets him early, and people are like, "Oh, Makkaev was free money. This was so easy." And I know some people are going to come at me if that happens. Like, "Oh, okay." I'm telling you, Alex Perez should be the favorite. I think Alex Perez is going to tap Makkaev.
I like it.
An anaconda choke.
I like that. Time for the co-main event on this lovely fight night card. Vitor Petrino taking on Tyson Pedro. I think Petrino should be fine here. I think, outside of a round, Pedro doesn't have much. Petrino's strong. He hits hard. He has a good chin. I think he's top time upside here. Yeah, I think he should be fine.
I think this is I cannot believe I'm saying I like Tyson Pedro in a UFC fight, but the price is kind of crazy. Petrino's gas tank is not great, and is he really going to grapple Pedro?
I think after a round, he might.
I think Pedro's going to land early. He's faster. He has real power. Like he's a good fighter, just falls apart. The price is kind of crazy, and I think this is a low volume, like the low volume kickboxing fight that range Pedro wants in the beginning. I think Pedro has to be the side. But yeah, Petrino always has his insane meme potential, like he did against Bukauskas. That was funny as fuck.
I'll be there. Don't
Yeah,
forget who came
Pedro.
on this podcast and told you all to bet Tyson Pedro against a guy named the Pleasure Man at plus money.
I mean, the Pleasure Man is a legend. I hope he gets another fight.
There's no way. There's no way they're giving that.
Look, he got really bad fights. Like they give him fucking Jailman, Jailton Almeida.
That's a tough one for sure.
The Petrino fight was prime autistic. Like he should have won that fight. He should have won that fight. He had his back multiple times.
He got 30-27. He almost got killed.
He had his back multiple times, bro. And now this man is minus 300 versus Tyson Pedro, who just knocked out the Pleasure Man.
I guess he's still in the UFC.
Yeah, but he got another bad fight. I think they are trying to kill him because they are jealous of the Pleasure Man. Who is he fighting? They are trying to kill him. I think he got a really bad fight again. I can't remember which one, but
he's getting Ivo Aslan. I don't know who he is. Oh, this guy. The Pleasure Man beat him already in Brave FC. They fought already. Yeah, apparently people know this.
Yeah, this guy looked like a killer at Contenders, I think. I think it's the same guy, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember. He had a minute knockout or 2-minute knockout.
You don't watch Contenders. Why do you say, like, I don't remember? You are fucking shameless.
No, I watch the fights. I don't watch the Contender Series. I watch fights I have bets on, and that's it.
Yeah, he looked very good in Contenders. Okay, the pleasure man is going to grind him, and we will be back.
Oh
No
my
problem.
god,
We did it once.
that's funny. Main event time. Jairzinho Rozenstruik taking on Shamil Gaziev.
This is insane.
What? I
Like
mean, this is a main
I
event.
have paid a bad price here on fucking. I play Rozenstruik, like full disclosure.
Yeah,
I
no,
played
I
Rozenstruik
like him
plus
as well.
150, and I thought I was getting a good price. And now, like, what the fuck is going on? The Mafia got Jairzinho, or like this guy has 2 minutes of gas, and he knocked out a guy that is a punching bag last fight. And now he's a big favorite over Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Like, Curtis Blades was having serious issues to grapple this guy. Only Jailton has grappled him convincingly. Cyril Gunn couldn't get him down. Now you are telling me this Intel Dagestani obese man with 2 minutes of cardio is going to grind him? Why is he minus 210? What am I missing here? Like, what kind of mafia shit is going on here? Like, Jairzinho has every advantage on the feet. This guy comes at you like this. He's going to bonk him. Also, he starts moving in a slow motion after like 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, I'm on the same page as you. I'm picking Rozenstruik. I feel like this is just a classic market overcorrection spot. I mean, this guy was just the underdog to Martin Budai. I think he could cause Rozenstruik problems early, but this is a 5-round fight. And I mean, if Gaziev doesn't get it done in the first like 6 or 7 minutes, like I don't really see him winning.
Bro, Jairzinho is going to win like in 25 seconds.
That could happen too. I mean, he's crazy power.
He's just going to walk towards him, and he's going to be like, okay, I guess I'll hit you because I'm faster than you.
It's possible for sure. I mean, Gaziev, he just kind of like he's gonna come forward and get in Rozenstruik's face, which
Bro,
is like
he's legit bad. Like, he's bad.
I don't disagree. I really don't.
I don't get it. I played Budai rounds 2 and 3 versus this guy. That tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, I mean,
And
at
I
this
think
point,
Mafia got Budai too. That was a very strange fight.
yeah. So we're both on Rozenstruik here, and that's all the fights. I mean, it's a rough one, but we got a couple of good cards in a row after this, so money to be made.
I'm upset about this one. Like, I paid plus 150. Like 99% of the time, I can read the line correctly. What's going on here? What kind of mafia shit got me? Not good, brother.
It's a good question.
I would have to think about it.
Let's think about it.
I don't know. Yeah, that was on Saudi National Day or something like that. Budai versus Gaziev, and Gaziev represents the. No, that's real. That happened. And Budai didn't throw a punch whole fight. He was like, "Oh, just kill me, bro. No problem."
That's funny.
But Jairzinho is built different. He got all his belts in the jungle. He's like the Suriname kickboxing champion, Pan American Suriname interim boxing champion, Pan American Suriname double super interim heavyweight champion. He was like the best in the tribe.
Yeah, I think both the lines now are within range, but I do think both are going to keep going up. So if you're looking to play either of these underdogs, I would wait until like right before post. And just in general, I think a lot of these
I don't
favorites are
care what
still getting
happens in
bet.
the fight. If you bet Makkaev minus 400, or somebody tells you to bet Makkaev minus 400, quit. It's not even about this fight. Betting is not for you. Quit. You may get this one. Quit. You're going to lose money long term. You don't know what you are looking at. Quit.
I mean, you're not going to get any disagreement from me there.
I mean, Namayuna's headlines cards. I don't see no issue.
Soon, I think.
Yeah, against Amanda Rivas. That's for all the fucking marbles. Amanda has to step up for all of us.
I'm still trying to think of an answer to this. It definitely exists.
I mean, I didn't think he sucked, but I didn't think Fluffy was the truth from the beginning. But there was a point where I was like, this guy's the truth.
No, I didn't either. I didn't bet him until the. Well, it's funny because I bet Marcus Perez against him like 5 years ago or 6 years ago or whatever, which is kind of hilarious in hindsight because Perez won. But yeah, after like the Fremd fight and the Barrialt fight, I was in for sure. I'm trying to think of another one.
Yeah, me too. It's like someone that you believe is good and it turned out they suck is easier. Like
Yeah, for sure.
I legit thought Roosevelt Roberts was going to be good.
I remember.
One of my worst ones. Like he's alright, not good.
Oh, I thought of one. I thought of one. And this is
Colby
kind of like
Covington.
this is
Yeah,
kind
I thought Colby Covington sucked and he was like all right.
of this
Yeah,
is
it's a
kind of
good one.
similar though. Like I thought, okay, this is gonna be a long story, but in JSP, Jonathan Pierce's first fight, it was against Joe Lozon, and I bet on JSP, and Lozon finished him in like a minute, and I was like, this guy sucks, and so I
I bet
bet against
Dawson.
him.
First round knockout.
Dude, I know, and in retrospect, it's like crazy, but at the time, I was like, JSP sucks, and then that fight like screwed up my perception of him for another few fights after that, and like now I realize he's good. So that's my answer, JSP.
I mean,
Jonathan
he got
Pierce.
much better.
Yeah.
He wasn't that good by that time. Like his contenders fight wasn't that impressive. I'm trying to think of one, but not really. Maybe if I look at the rankings, I'm
That's
going to
I
look
was
at the
just scrolling.
rankings.
I was just scrolling through my bet MMA. That's how I found it.
No, but the rankings has to be easier because maybe there's someone like, oh, I used to think they suck and now they are ranked. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I mean,
This
the
is.
ranking sucks. Like,
Do
for
you watch?
example, you have Tim Elliott here, who I used to think sucked, and I still think he sucks. He's ranked at 10.
Do you watch a lot of tape when capping these fights, or do you just have a good memory? I think
I
Rajmal.
don't need tape because I remember every punch, every exchange, everything. Like you tell me, Pantoja, this fight, 3 minutes 47 seconds of round two, and I can tell you the exact punch. Go.
Yeah, I think we both have the same answer though. Like it really tape most of the time is just to kind of confirm what we're already feeling
Yes.
and just to research new guys. Like there were people this week who I've never seen fight before. So
There are people that are going to tell you that you need 40 hours of tape a week and watch. Gilbert Barnes is going to fight Jack de la Madalena. Yeah, I need to watch all Gilbert Barnes UFC fights again just in case I miss something. I don't know. He may have some secret technique. These people that tell you that you need to do 40 hours of like tape on fighters you already watch are retards. They have no life and they are making no money, okay? Straight up. This may not sit well with some people. I know, but that's the truth. And tape for the UFC, if it's people that already fought in the UFC that I know, like 95% of the time, just confirms what I said. I'm not watching an entire career. I'm watching some certain matchups that interest me, maybe because of
yeah.
styles or something like that, or the last fights. Tape is useful if there is some newcomer from some other promotion you have never seen the guy, etc., etc. But yeah, I don't know. That's true. I think this guy hates me, but okay, I'll take it.
There's
Thank
a
you,
lot.
Brandon. I'll take it. Is that the real Brandon? This is the guy that fights, right? From Twitter.
Yeah.
We got to step up that competition, Brandon. I watched that clip.
Did you see my tweet today?
No, but yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Which
It
tweet?
matches up with what you just said. I said it's time for a step up in I said you're ready for a step up in competition.
I mean, I think he is. No disrespect, but he fought the janitor. Like he got rear naked choked from guard. I had never seen that. Like I watched it on Twitter. That clip. I watched it on my timeline. If that's the real guy, I don't know. Maybe someone impersonating him. Can you confirm your identity, please?
I got no idea.
But yeah, I appreciate it.
Um,
Why do people think I was joking about this? Anybody could do it with the right punch. Like you don't believe I could?
we've talked about this 100 times.
I don't know why people think that fighters can just take punches from blind angles or something. You know what I mean? Like, of course, they are better trained than normal people and have better recovery, like oxygen wise, if they get wobbled and everything, and they are prepared, the neck and everything. It's different if you train. But if I go from behind, Habib Nurmagomedov, okay? Habib Nurmagomedov is at the bar. If I break a Jack Daniels bottle in his head from behind, he goes down. Okay, he's not fucking Superman. He's a human being. Okay, maybe Habib doesn't go down because his head is like this. Can you imagine? Like I break a bottle in his head and he goes like, "Hey brother, what are you doing?"
Yeah. I have no idea.
Is there an unannounced fight?
I don't know. I don't even know
Yeah,
what this means.
Andrew can test that. Can you test that sample?
No, thank you. I'll send it to the science lab.
I don't
Yeah,
even know
literally, it's
what
once a
that
month.
means. That means cocaine?
I don't know.
No.
He goes straight to the top. Maybe a rematch.
I didn't ask that. That somebody in the chat said it.
What?
The field host thing.
Yeah, we need a tracksuit back.
That tracksuit is fire. I'm going to wear it one day, like out. I'm going to go out and wear it. And just talk like this. Talk to everyone like this. Ma che cosa? Okay, we can do a video demonstration, Nick, anytime. In the Theo Bomb podcast. Can Nick Davis take a Jack Daniels bottle to the head?
What else, guys? What else? Are you guys going
That is
Gugabe's?
marijuana, yeah. Who hasn't tried marijuana once? Like it's not my thing. You are a liar. You are still going to go. You are still going to go to heaven, to Italian's heaven, Andrew. No problem. Stop lying to God.
Swear to God. Ask
You've never
anyone that
tried.
knows me.
It's no big thing. I mean, people are probably going to get upset with me, but it's a loser's track.
Exactly.
No, yeah, it's very popular here. But I know people, like since we were kids, that started doing it at 13 or 14. Like people say everywhere, oh no, it's not bad for you. Bro, if you smoke like a couple joints a day forever since you are 15, you are retarded by the time you are 22, 23. You are a literal zombie. Like it's true. I know people like this, and you have paranoia. You can have schizophrenia, a lot of things. Like it's bad.
Unfortunately, not.
There's still time. You never know.
Oh, okay.
Like we rich people move different.
It's a phone call away. You know
I may just pack up now and be there 8 hours from
that.
Madrid.
Yeah. Just be knocking on my door. Just tomorrow morning, I'm gonna see you outside with like a sleeping bag.
I'll be like throwing rocks at your window. Hey, spaghetti, open up.
Yeah, next card should be fun. It's gonna be our 100th episode.
Yeah, next year is going to be insane. You are all going to have to listen to Andrew's rant about Sean O'Malley being possibly the greatest to ever do it.
Yep.
His idol, Sean O'Malley.
Who else is on that card? The great Benoit Saint Denis versus P Head. Kevin Holland, MVP. Burns Madalena.
Bro, I don't want to watch. Like I don't want to watch Kevin Holland versus MVP. Like this is the worst thing the UFC has ever done. Like
It's
this
gonna be
guy's
like a staring contest.
he's such a clown and a fraud, and it's going to suck. And like it's probably the ultimate clown fight, bro.
I can't wait to hear your thoughts on Curtis Blades versus Jelton Almeida. I feel like you're
Bro,
gonna
but
have a great rant for that fight.
it's Curtis Blade. He has been the next champion for the last 13 years.
Oh man. But yeah, we'll talk more about that when
They
we're done.
arrested Dumas. He allegedly hit a woman, right? For the third time. But this we need definite proof. Like this is stopping the title run. Do we have like definitive proof?
I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't seen Oliveira win Mercier tweet for like 6 months. I think he made his money and like bounce, like Connor said. Make his money and bounce. He's a rich guy now. With $2 million in Canada, you can buy the presidency.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, legally. Until a judge says convicted SD Dumas, we still can support. And that doesn't mean we support beating women. We just support SD Dumas, the middleweight contender.
We just support one woman beater. Not all of them. All right. You got anything else?
Barber versus Chokerian is next weekend?
Yeah.
Ooh, this is a big one. Imagine if Barber just like we are done with Chukerian forever. Like we need this. I cannot watch more Chukerian. I know you are a big Chukerian guy, but this is like enough is enough, Andrew. Barber probably the girl to not like fall into the trap and just go after her. Like she's very autistic. That's my woman, Macy, next champion.
Yep. I'm looking at the.
Yeah, Dumas gets a bad reputation, but he's a good cookie. I agree. Yeah, we used to hoop together.
Everyone who's asking about future fights, we'll talk about it next week. I'm not going to get into it right now.
Yeah, if anybody got any questions or whatever,
Yeah.
talk now or
Just don't ask what our opinions on the
Yeah,
next
I obviously played Americani. I have like 1600 at this point at like plus 125 average. I'm trying to bet more. I mean, it may be the last time you get to bet him. It's a must. I actually taped this. He's fighting like the quinta essential power wrestler that is green, and his neck is going to be there. You know what I mean? The other guy is not good. I mean, maybe he grinds him if he survives, but I think this is a good fight for Americani.
I'm just so glad I don't have to bet on him in the UFC anymore.
You are going to miss, like, he's getting an anaconda tomorrow.
Nothing will ever be worse than betting him against.
Yeah, plus 350 or whatever, plus
against
400 against the
Erceg.
black guy that got shot in the face. Yeah.
And then he just dominates him in round one. Round two, he's about to shoot for a takedown against Flying Meat. I remember sitting there watching the TV like, there's no way that just happened.
Yeah, it was also the one fight that he was like the pace was good. Like he was.
Yeah, he was pacing himself fine.
I was like, is this really going to happen? He's going to grapple fuck someone for 15?
Yeah, easily too.
And then he just died. That was sad.
Yeah, that was tough.
165 sucks, but has anyone outside of Rafael Fisiev heard anything about this? I think he just made it up. And everybody's going crazy.
They've been saying this for like 5 years.
Bro, Pepe Wild for this. I was about to tweet this, but I didn't. Pepe Wild for this. But like the fight was about to start, and the UFC shows a feature, and they show his dad dying of cancer, and they are like, yeah, his dad came to watch him. I doubled down on Americani. I have like, I'm not embarrassed about saying it. I bet more. Like, you don't want to be fighting in front of your dying dad. What are you doing against the pride of Kurdistan? That's a dangerous proposition. Yeah, Tank is Andrew's boy. He's from his gang.
Yep.
Bro, he was killing him in sparring. Like, if that is a small gloves, he would be in a coffin.
I told you. I've been saying it for years, literally.
You don't know nothing about boxing. You are shameless.
There's probably clips of me in like episode 4 talking about that. And we're about to be on 100.
Literally the only boxer you know. It's like that people that they start watching MMA and only know one fighter, and that's like their guy.
But don't you think
like,
there's something to be
Carlos
said?
Condit, the best to ever do it. That's you with Tank.
But don't you think there's something to be said for like knowing, like, you know, you pick one and you focus on it and you get good at it?
When you started saying this Tank was a world champion, undefeated, like 20-0 or 22-0. Like, he was a world champion well before we started the podcast. He knocked out. I bet him as an underdog in that fight. He knocked out this Puerto Rican fight. Yeah, he's a classic guy.
Bet flip. I'd like to see that bet flip.
He opened underdog. He closed the favorite. This guy, he's
a stylist. This is great. I forgot we had Lock of the Night on one time.
Are we having a guest? Are we having a
guest?
Let's
get him back. I think he's gonna be blocked.
He blocked me too.
Let's get him back. Someone reach out to him for us. If someone could get Lock of the Night on our 100th episode, I think that'd be a banger. Just DM him on Twitter and say that, listen, we know you have Magic and Andrew blocked after you tried to scam.
How are the kitchen renovations going?
But all seriousness, I'll shoot him over the link for next week and we'll get him on. Not dead serious.
You're shameless.
We'll get him on. Let's do it.
Do you want Alexander the Great for the 100th episode?
Whoever.
I may be able to do it.
That'd be good.
But we can have some, like, you can have, I don't know, Conor McGregor here. Doesn't matter. In the end, people's favorite is going to be Australian Shrek.
Yeah, that is for sure. It's so weird that our 100th episode is in the same week as theirs.
Yeah, you have to post the Canelo sofa pic again.
That was so funny.
That's your best tweet ever, like easily. That's the only time that I've watched one of your tweets and I was that could be mine.
That's the only time
That
ever. I've
could be
had
one
some
of
really
my
good
tweets.
ones.
That was so good.
I think the first guest ever was Damon Jackson, right?
The first guest ever was OAM, I think.
I think it was Damon Jackson.
Are you sure? Wasn't OAM for the PFL card?
Yeah. But I think
They,
Damon Jackson was like episode 3 and OM was like episode 6 or something like that.
yeah, that's my boy Marcus. We can get Alexander here, I think. He will probably be high. He smokes a lot. That would be funny. Are you sure Damon Jackson was the first one?
Yeah, pretty sure.
No,
I
that
checked.
was so iconic when I was like, "Who's the first fighter you have ever fought?" He had just fought Topuria. Like Topuria sent him to the fucking shadow
I
realm.
remember. We both looked at each other.
He's like, "I don't know. I fought some good people. Ilya was all right, and Bektic and all that." Bro, he fought Kai Bulayev too.
I
And
know.
he's like, "But I fought a guy, Levi Moles." Bro, Levi Moles is white. What are you doing? When he said Levi Moles, I expected a black wrestler or something. Levi Moles is white. That was crazy.
I'm trying to find it right now.
You just need to go on YouTube channel and look it up.
Episode 1 was Johnny Walker versus Thiago Santos.
I remember that our least viewed episode ever is that episode we did with OAM for the PFL card.
Yeah. I'm trying to find the 5th episode we ever did was with OAM.
Yeah, that's the first one. First guest, I told you, my boy, OAM. Once again, I'm right and you're wrong.
Why can't I find the Damon Jackson one? It's on here somewhere.
That was like 14th or something like that. 14th
Oh, was it
episode.
that late?
Yeah, I mean,
Dude, this is so funny. I see a preview of our 10th episode, and Gugabe looks so different. He has like short hair.
bro, we look so much younger in the first episode. It's crazy. It feels like yesterday.
I know, it really does.
How have we done 100 episodes? Life sucks. It's gone so fast.
Yeah. At least we
It's
made a lot of
ridiculous.
money.
Like think about how much things have changed. Like in everything, like the money you are making or we are making or what, like everything.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I don't want to make 100 more. We're going to be old as fuck. And look at this. Look how much hair we had. We look so young.
Damn.
That's so fucking sad.
It really is. Okay, episode 4 was Damon Jackson. Episode 5, so I was right.
You were right.
Yep.
I hate you.
Let me see the date on that if you really want to feel old. It was Costa versus Vittori.
It's probably 2.5 years.
It was
September. September some year.
You're
I think it's
close.
2.5 years.
It was
September 2021, maybe.
You're close. It's October 2021.
Okay, I remember when I made the channel. It was September 2021.
Yeah, it was.
For sure. Yeah.
Our first episode.
That's crazy.
Our first episode was September 30th, 2021.
That's insane. It really feels like yesterday.
We got 2,500 viewers on that one. Not bad for our first episode.
I mean, yeah, there was a lot of expectation, I think.
Yeah.
Like I remember the first time I did a podcast, it was with the Suvan Club guys, and they didn't do a lot of views, and that one did like 2K. Hate is powerful. A lot of people were waiting to see if I was like fat or extremely ugly or something. They were like, fuck, he's not fat.
Yeah, it is like very weird, like looking back at this and seeing like, we look different and stuff, and like life was different back then.
I mean, you look much different than me, I think.
Much more
different. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
not saying you look old as fuck now. I'm saying you look like a kid.
Yeah, literally. I mean, how old was I then? I was
14.
14, yeah, 11. Let me think. I was 24. I'm about to be 27.
As you can see, Andrew has time today because he will be gone any other day, like 15 minutes ago.
I've been making it an hour recently. We're at 54 minutes.
Yeah. How you go? You are going to the fights, right?
Yeah.
You already got tickets?
No.
What are you waiting for?
Waiting for you.
So many people want me to go there.
No, I feel like every time I get tickets early, like the prices go down. So I was gonna wait.
No way. Like where I was sitting for Topuria, I know for a fact they were going for like almost triple on
Oh
fight
yeah.
day.
That's because they knew you were gonna be there.
Probably. Yeah. My row was like much more expensive. It's like sitting with the Rock. It was fine. I really liked it. How much
Yeah.
how many events have you gone to? Probably 5 or 6 at least.
Yeah. The first one I ever went to, it's funny. It was supposed to be Khabib versus Tony, and it was Khabib versus Ally Quinta.
Oh, that was sick.
Yeah.
The pride of Dagestan grinding a decision against the almighty Al Jaquinta for a vacant belt.
And that
History was made that day.
it was funny because that fight was in New York, and we were on the train. We went to my friend's house first. And we were on the train going there, and we were sitting next to Ally Quinta's. He's like, "Oh, I was Al's high school math teacher, and like I'm going to like watch him fight, whatever."
He did good, Al Jaquinta. Honestly, thought he was going to get killed.
He's good.
No, he's not good.
He was good. Yeah, he was.
He was tough. Tough and good are not the same. At some point, he was a good fighter. Yeah, okay, I agree. At some point, he was a good fighter. But
You know
getting
what other
finished by
fight?
Bobby Green like that is like Perez is everything else you have done in your career, and it goes to zero.
Yeah. It's funny. Like I'm going to the card next weekend, and Dustin Poirier is fighting. I was looking back. I think I've been to like his last 3 fights or something like that. Because I was at the Chandler fight. I was at the McGregor leg break fight, and I was at the Charles Oliveira fight. So yeah, 3 in a row. Gonna be 4. Oh no! You know what? I missed the Gaethje fight.
You are lucky. You are going to get to see his retirement fight.
We'll be there no matter what.
It's going to be like, can I get the mic? It's going to be, Joe, like crying. I don't know if I can do this anymore. This guy just beat the shit out of me. Jolie, I love you. I love you. Lil P, I love you. And he's going to go out crying while everybody boos him. Boo. At home.
I'll be booing him.
If you see Belal, you have to book him too.
I saw Bilal fight Burns in person, and I saw what I saw though.
That sucked. He was injured.
I saw Jeff Neal fight Bilal. W.
Ooh, he beat his ass, but
Yep, we brought that one home.
But you have to call him first. Like if he walks by, you have to Belal, and when he was boo, it's not just booing, bro. It was crazy, like crazy. I know. I'm a notorious Ian Gary hater. Okay, it was crazy how much people were booing him. Like it was insane. They were booing him out of the arena, like everybody, bro. He had zero support. Like nobody likes him. It's great. It happened, Andrew. It happened.
You got your wish.
His workout was like fine. You don't get to see the workouts anymore, right? In America, like on TV.
Yeah, for the pay-per-view.
He came out to Laila, that Eric Clapton song. I didn't know which song it was. I asked to someone, hey, which one is this song? It's pretty good. That was a nice workout. The workouts were sick. Like for the main event, Topuria and Volkanovski, those 2 workouts were iconic.
Dude, watching McGregor walk out in person was like insane.
Yeah, you were probably crying. You are such a fanboy.
I am. I was so excited, dude.
In the foggy, dude. I was like,
My heart was I'm trying to think some other good walkouts. Colby's walkout was really good against Robbie Lawler. I was at that
This
fight.
walkout was iconic too.
Who?
DC coming out to right above it. That's a good one.
I never saw him fight in person.
He probably like I don't know if that's a great fighter to watch in person. DC or was.
Maybe like the Jones fights would have been cool to watch.
Jones killed him.
Yeah.
I'm going to come at you this week with the most malicious techniques. There's nothing you can do to stop me. Yeah, Calvin Qatar walkout is great too. He comes out to the house of the rising sun, I think. Yeah. I don't like the Korean zombie one. I know it's iconic. I like it because it's Korean zombie, but I don't like that song. I think that song sucks. I think that song sucks. Like, full disclosure. I don't like that.
I like that.
Joel Alvarez walkout is iconic. Like, Topuria just walked out to his songs last 2 fights. But that's Joel Alvarez walkout since he joined the UFC.
All right, I'm going to run. This was fun. Enjoy the fights tomorrow, everyone. Magic.
Yeah, early fights. You have to wake up early? No, not really.
No.
What time is Amir Khani? What time is Octagon? Somebody tell me.
I literally have no idea.
Nick Diaz sucks. The Diaz brothers suck. People are not ready for that conversation. They suck. They have always sucked.
3 p.m.
So it's after the UFC.
It's during.
No. The UFC prelims are like 1:30 each time. And Amir Khan is not a fucking prelim, bro. Is he? No, he's like the co-main, I think. Yeah, this is going to end probably later than the UFC. Not bad. Yeah, feels right. It's a bigger fight than Erceg versus Gaziev. Feels right. No, it's wrong.
We'll be there no matter what.
I'm going to bet more on Amir Khani. Like, for sure. I'm going to bet more. Plus 25 or better, bet until it moves. Bet. I don't care if I have 25K by the end of it.
There you go. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll be back next Friday night for our 100th episode.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
You never know.